welcome back to TV5 News at 9. Joining us this morning, please help me welcome Rebecca Case from Case Funeral Home. Thank you for being here, Rebecca. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. Always welcome. And we're talking about holiday grief, which I know a lot of times around this season we focus on the holly jolly goodness, but of course this is a reality a lot of us face. Can you just start us off telling us how does grief kind of manifest around the holidays?
Yeah, that's a great question. Grief can kind of creep up a little bit differently around the holidays. You know, we're having family over, we're partaking in traditions, we've got a lot of nostalgia, which brings a lot of joy.
Yeah.
It also can do the opposite, it can bring us a little bit of sadness. We're going to miss those people that started the traditions that are no longer with us, or maybe started that family recipe. So it's kind of a double-edged sword as far as feelings around the holidays.
Man, now that you brought that up, it just made me think of my grandma, who I've been making her family recipes for the holidays. So
yeah,
it's kind of my connection to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how can any family prepare for the holiday grief? You know, it comes up quick and suddenly.
Yeah, grief is a really unique experience. And I've read that it's actually as unique as your fingerprints. So it's really hard to prepare ahead of time. With everyone in the family maybe feeling different at the same time.
Yeah.
So I always recommend practicing patience, some grace, and giving your family time, room to breathe and room to feel those emotions, and always lending an ear to your friend or family member and offering a hug. That actually really helps when you're missing somebody.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
And any other good ways to maybe incorporate a loss into maybe family gatherings or parties?
Yeah, as you said, you make your grandma's favorite recipe.
Yeah.
That's a great way to do it. Some like to set a place setting for the ones that we've lost behind. Memory candles, making that family recipe their favorite dinner. Maybe going around the table and sharing your favorite memory or story. And then some don't necessarily feel like bringing them up. It's maybe too hard, it might be too fresh. So this is your opportunity to create new traditions. Start something new, try something out, see if the family takes to it. That's still healthy and a good way to go.
Yeah, and then you're building onto that legacy somehow in a different way.
Yeah.
How would you say a person or a family member can help someone who is dealing with their grief? You know, not everyone says something when they are feeling something.
Yeah, so we too often offer, you're very sorry for your loss, you're in my thoughts and prayers, but I always recommend going beyond that. You need to be proactive with somebody who's grieving. They may not know how to articulate what they need. So call them up and say, hey, I'd just like to come over. Even if we don't talk, that's all right. I want to be there for you. Do you want to go out to lunch? Do you want to hear my favorite memory of that loved one? That's great ways to help, lending an ear, giving that hug. We as humans don't like feeling alone and isolated. So just simply being there and taking that extra step is a huge help. That really makes a big difference for someone's mental health as they're going through something difficult.
Would you say it is okay for someone to, be around their family and maybe not be in a joyous mood?
Yes. That's 100% okay.
Okay.
And it's a particularly common right when there's a fresh loss, like the first anniversary, the first holiday season. That's really hard, and you may not know how you're going to feel. So give yourself permission to feel everything. Maybe you're not festive today, but you're festive tomorrow, and that's okay. Yeah. You've just got to, kind of feel yourself out, feel how to give, and then also remember somebody else is also grieving, maybe in the family gathering, and they may want to be festive, they may not. That's where that grace and patience really comes in to help everybody along.
This has been a great conversation about holiday grief. Is there anything else you would like our viewers to know about this topic, or maybe even Case Funeral Home?
Yeah. So while we're not licensed counselors or therapists, we do enjoy helping families and getting you through these tough times. So we have a lot of resources for families in the area, both local and digital grief resources. Okay. So stop by our website, give us a call. We'll be glad and happy to connect you to the right resource.
This has been great. Thank you, Rebecca, for coming in.
I appreciate it.
Anytime. Yes. Yeah, of course. If you want more information on this topic, just go to the hot links section of our website, WNEM.com.